Just showed up here to pick up some metal. Some massive pile. They sent me a couple pictures, but the pictures were so close up. It was like something like this. So I couldn't even tell how much there was or what exactly was here. But there's definitely a lot here. A lot of big heavy pieces. A couple things they said they wanted me to leave aside for them. This I-beam they wanted to keep. So that might be a problem. Try to get it off of here without taking it. And unfortunately, these stainless steel stairs, they said they wanted to keep. All real stainless steel, heavy stairs, so really sucks that they wanted to keep that, because even as scrap, that'd be worth a lot. Oh yeah, and this bucket they said they wanted to keep. It's a bucket for their bobcat. So there's a whole lot of stuff here. They said that they used the excavator and just put everything in a big pile here. Looks like it's a big mess. Not going to be easy to get cleaned up, get winched onto the trailer. Gonna have to do one piece at a time. So decent pile of stuff there. I don't think it'd be too bad to get it all on the trailer. It's gonna be a lot of work, tedious work, using the winch. But I think I could manage this. It's a lot of work, but more work, more weight equals more money. So more is always better. The other issue is they said that there was trucks on the property that got torched. They said just before I was supposed to pick it up, somebody lit these trailers on fire. I didn't know what they were talking about until I got here. And these are the trailers they're talking about, which might not be an issue if they were empty. But they are not empty. They were completely packed full of garbage. So there's way too much garbage in here for me to deal with. Not to mention, even if I was taking them, if they were empty, it would take a lot of time and work to move these things. This one's not as bad condition, so I, in theory, could potentially winch it onto the trailer as it is. I think it's 20 foot. But there's no way I can deal with these things. And the guy said he's on a timeline. He needs this done by the weekend. So there's no chance this stuff's getting done. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and call him. Tell him that there's no way I'm taking these things. And clarify a few things about over there. How I get in there. There's a second entrance. This kind of looks like an entrance right here. So I'm not sure if they're expecting me to come in from this side, or if I can come in from the other side. This side looks really sketchy. Looks like a swamp back here, so I really don't want to come back here and get stuck. It'd be a lot better if I could come in from that side. I'm not sure if that's their property or not. So, gonna go ahead and give this guy a call, figure out some things, and then I'll get back to you guys and show you when I start working. Okay, so I came in from that side. It's a little bit drier, looks drier at least, so hopefully I don't get stuck. Reversed right up to this thing. Wedged it into there. I did that on purpose, believe it or not. Left that up on top, so I'm gonna try to drag this top piece on first, so I don't have to winch down the trailer, or lift up the trailer, I mean. So first I'm gonna start off getting that I-beam off, try to roll it off to the side here, hopefully. Just get it off because they want to keep that. And then go ahead and hook the winch up to this and start pulling on it and see what happens. See if I'm gonna be able to move this I-beam by hand or not. I know it's gonna be heavy, but I'm thinking maybe I could slide it and just push it off the edge. Oh yeah, should be able to. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so got that I-beam off pretty easy. It's heavy, but I could just drag it and let it fall. I got the trailer here, got the winch cable hooked up to here. Probably gonna bend this aluminum down, but it's hooked on there pretty good, so it should be good enough. Go ahead and winch it forward and see what happens. So it's moving. Now I'm just gonna have to get it up over this lip. So before I winch it against it, I'm gonna go ahead and try to put a piece of steel in here. Sitting on an angle should give it enough lift to lift it up. I would hope at least. If not, I got my big breaker bar here. See what that does. Might have to just winch it right against the lip and then get the breaker bar. Okay. Okay, I'll update you after I get the breaker bar. I used the breaker bar, pried it up a little bit. So this is on much more of an angle, so it should slide up now. Coming on a bit of an angle, so I'm going to go ahead and stick the block and tackle over here, try to pull it to the left a little bit. I'll set that up and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, put the block and tackle over here. Just use the chain to hold it to the side, and it will drag the whole thing to the left a bit more, or it should at least. Not if the hook slips off. Wasn't paying attention to where the hook is. It slid. A bit more slack. Getting stuck on something, so that's why I got the breaker bar here. Gotta bring the breaker bar over, stick it under just like this, and pry it a little bit just to get it up over the lips. So can't keep filming the whole time. Go ahead and get this piece lifted on here, and then I'll update you when I get on to the next piece. I don't know what the dog's doing over there. Lexus, come on. Hey. Come on. Get out of there. Looks like mushrooms or something. Okay. Okay. The first piece is on. That was pretty easy. So now, just gonna slide it to the other side. slide it to the right side of the trailer, and then the second one I'll try to get up on the left side beside it. So most of the time with something lighter like this, it's not too heavy, so I can use the breaker bar and just pry it and slide it to the side. Should be able to do this on this one. If not, then I got a come along in the truck. Just hook a chain up to it, hook a chain to the side of the trailer, and just winch it to the side. Go ahead and see if I can do it with one hand with the breaker bar. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Just like that. Just keep doing that over and over on both ends until it's slid over, and then I'll move on to the next piece. Okay, I got those two pieces on. The second piece was quite a bit of a hassle because it's upside down. Well, I guess it's right side up, the other one is upside down. So the little feet are sticking out, getting stuck on the wood, getting stuck on everything. Then the hardest part was at the very end. This piece, just a perfect lip to catch on to the end here. So it kept catching on, bent this quite a few times, but managed to get it on here. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab a bunch of pieces off the top here. Start with big, long, skinny pieces like this. I'm just gonna throw them in the center there. So pack all that in, and then maybe try to pack some stuff on top of the rest of this as well. Took longer than I was hoping for, so I gotta get back to work. Try to get at least 2 loads in today before the scrapyard closes. Okay, got everything loaded up. Just all of the smaller pieces, well, not smaller, but any pieces I can move my hand, drag it over, put it up on top. Got it all strapped down. These pieces are super heavy, some sort of insulation inside of them. A lot of heavy steel in there. Some channel, heavy duty channel, big long pieces. Set these things aside because I need some of this steel mesh to put on my truck, so I'm gonna keep that aside. Try to use it for walls for my truck. Been waiting to find something that would be good to use. So keeping those aside. This stuff is just stuff well, aluminum and stainless steel over here. The wagon wheel just didn't have any space. Might throw it in the back of the pickup truck right now to get it out of here, but still got a few more pieces to go. This I-beam has to stay. I'm gonna take this I-beam. This piece of a staircase is really heavy. A few more pieces of these. Some more of that stainless steel insulated stuff. So it's a decent chunk of stuff still to go. Decently heavy, but first load will be nice and heavy. The second load isn't going to be as heavy, but still should be pretty good. Oh, back here again now. Turned out to be 4,460 pounds. They paid me a shred mixed with oversized steel. $240 a ton, good price. So that's pretty good. This guy here, I actually offered to pay him to move the stuff, but I said it's gonna be a lot of work, so I could only pay him $50 a ton. And he's in a rush to get it out of here, so he had no problem with that. So made good money off the first load. Now I just have to get the rest of this loaded up and get it brought in. I don't think I'm gonna have time to make it to the scrapyard today, so I can take my time, get this stuff loaded up, park the trailer for the night, and first thing tomorrow morning I'll go into the scrapyard and get rid of it. So got the trailer backed up, tilted down a bit. Gonna go ahead and start with this furnace type thing. I don't know if it's a furnace or a boiler of some sort, but it's quite heavy. Can barely move it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hook the winch up right here. Pull it on. Got the winch cable hooked up. I like to keep this cable tight when I first start. Yeah, let's see what happens to this thing. See, it is quite heavy. Tilting the trailer down. Just double check, make sure nothing's dragging on the wood too much. Because the wood's getting old, it's starting to gouge pretty easy like this. Yeah, it's all the way on there. Okay, continue winching. Probably get it up closer to the top here. That might be good enough. Okay, so that's good. I just have to go ahead and figure out how to get the next couple pieces on. Might slide this thing to the side a little bit, that way I can use the winch cable still, and then winch these things on to see how heavy they are, if I can do it by hand or if I have to use the winch. They're pretty heavy, but I might be able to slide it on by hand. Okay, go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, I'm running low on time, so I haven't been taking that many videos. But got that green thing winched on these. One of them I did by hand, but then I just figured, why do it by hand when I have the winch? And there's not that much left to go anyways, so. Got everything on here. Gonna go ahead and take all the little pieces, fill them up, put them inside these baskets, and then get the last couple big pieces. Planning on putting them right here in this corner. And then I'm gonna go up to the trailer. I'm gonna bring the truck and trailer up closer to that truck body, and then unload any steel I can find in there into these bins as well. Try to get the bins filled up. Still a decent amount of weight here, especially after I get inside that truck body. Looks like there's actually a lot of steel in there, so gonna go ahead and finish this up. I talked to the guy about this I-beam. He said he wanted to keep this one, so I called him back and made sure if he wanted to keep the second one that was buried under the pile. He didn't know it was here, but he said he did want it, so keep that aside for him. Keep that aside for him. The stairs have to be kept aside as well. So only a couple more pieces to be loaded up. So I'll finish loading up and then I'll update you when I get up into that truck body. Okay, I pulled up ahead. Put the trailer right here beside the truck boxes so I could just roll the stuff over. I tried to reverse in a little bit, but it's a little bit sketchy. Having the trailer on an angle, so I just left it up here, carried the stuff up, added the stuff in, threw it all inside these 2 big boxes, and then strapped everything up, strapped everything down. Looks like it's all good to go now. Blocking half the road. Every person that drives past me in this small little community here just stopping and staring, or stopping and talking to me, curious on what's going on, because everyone noticed the fire. It's just a few days ago I talked to a couple people. They said 3 fire trucks were here putting it out on Saturday night. So that's it for now. If the guy wants me to get rid of these, I'm gonna have to give him a price to get rid of it, and if I do that, then I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll take some videos of that as well. For now, that's it. Done for today. Gonna go park the trailer at my house, and then first thing in the morning, go to the scrapyard and drop this all off. See how much it weighs. Got this steel cage stuff I'm gonna keep aside. Got a little bit of aluminum, gonna keep aside. Not very much at all. So that's it for today, and I'll update you in the morning. Forgot to take a video earlier. Second load turned out to be 3,240 pounds, and they paid me a shred. So happy with that. Really good job. Made decent money off of it, so hopefully get more jobs like that.